Hello, my name is Mary Joan Reuter, and I am the Social Services Education Program Coordinator of the Islamic Center of Greater Cincinnati. And I have another video for you about the citizenship testing process. This one is on the reading and writing sections. First, I wanted to talk about the purpose of the test as laid out in the law. The purpose of the test is to demonstrate an ability to read, write, and speak words in ordinary usage in the English language. And that is the exact phrase from the law, the Immigration Nationality Act, Section 312, sometimes cross-listed as a U.S. Code 1423, but it's in the statute. The requirements are understanding of the English language, history, principles, and form of government in the United States. We've talked about the civics before. The English language says you need an understanding of the English language and an ability to read, write, and speak words in ordinary usage in the English language, and that the testing needs to show a reasonable test of the literacy is made. So that is the purpose of the test from the point of view of the law. In addition to the benefits from studying for the citizenship test for the sake of getting citizenship, there are many other benefits to the learner. Countless students have told me how they learned to read and write in English for purposes of getting citizenship and found that it greatly enhanced their ability to participate in life in America in many different ways: driving, work, medical, family, and financial issues. One aspect of learning to read and write for the citizenship test is learning general phonics and spelling. There's a lot of good material on some different websites, such as Learning Chocolate. That's one that is designed for children, but could be adapted for adults. There's other websites as well. There is also some good material. One of the literacy publishers, New Readers Press, has a couple of good series focused on phonics, another one, patterns in spelling, and so on. Just generally, in terms of studying on the web, Quizlet, we've talked about that before. Quizlet is flashcards, and there are sets that are made by teachers on put whatever topic you want. In this case, you would type in phonics or consonant sounds, whatever you want, and you could find your flashcards. Okay. In addition to general phonics rules, it's important to learn what they call sight words. Those are the little words in, and, the, around, by, with, all of the ones that occur very commonly. Sometimes teachers call those fry sight words, or and so on. So you can find a list of those on the internet, on the web. You can just learn them as a list, or you can learn them as little flashcards. You can get mobile apps if you just look for fry sight words. But there's some that you just ought to be able to learn and by memory, be able to do it instantly. In addition, you really need to learn the question words for reading and writing of the question words. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. And I would especially review who, W-H-O, W-H-O, who is a person, and how, H-O-W, how, H-O-W, how much, how many, how big, how long. Okay, you will be asked to read questions, so you need to be able to read who, and you need to be able to read how and what. And you also will be asked to write, but especially review who, W-H-O, person, and how. There is also some citizenship test specific vocabulary. The easiest way to find that on the internet is to go to the Citizenship Resource Center, and that is listed in multiple different ways. It listed as just a list. They have it listed as flashcards. They have it in regular type, and they have it in large type, something you could print off, etc. So multiple ways. If you just go, if you have a laptop or computer, go to the Citizenship Resource Center and look for writing vocabulary or reading vocabulary. On the other hand, if you have a mobile device, a phone or a tablet or an iPad, you might want to use something that works for the mobile devices. So some of that, one of the ways that I found is popular is there is a pocket study guide, M1122, and that is available off of the Citizenship Resource Center, and you can download that, and it very, very nicely fits on your phone. That study guide has many things. It has the civics questions, it has the reading, writing, vocabulary, and some other questions about eligibility. There's also some apps, some of them are free, that you can download on your phone that you can test. So different ways of studying for the citizenship specific vocabulary, in addition to the general phonics and sight words that you just will need. Okay, so in addition to learning individual words and individual sounds with the phonics, you will be actually asked to read and write complete sentences. So it is important to practice writing in complete sentences. And that includes capital letters at the beginning, periods or question marks at the end, and writing all the little words that you hear, in, and, the. For some people, that's difficult. They give you a list of the vocabulary. They do not tell you the exact sentences they will ask. But if you study for the civics test, look at all the words on the reading list and on the writing list and make up your own sentences to practice. Okay, so for example, if they have list the months and they list November and they list Thanksgiving, maybe a sentence might be Thanksgiving is in November. So you can kind of, or if they have Washington and first, maybe a sentence is George Washington was the first president. You may also want to try practice writing sentences about your everyday life also. Just practice writing sentences. Write a sentence about making an appointment to go to the doctor or whatever. But write incomplete sentences. Okay, so for example, here's a sentence. We learn about America. Complete sentence. Several different ways of studying depend on what you are most comfortable with and what you want and need to learn. Paper and pencil writing practice, paper and pencil or pen. If you're not familiar with the Roman alphabet with our alphabet that we use. You may also want to practice with tactile techniques, things that you actually touch. For example, writing in rice or on sandpaper or shaving cream, writing the letters America with your finger, and so on. You may want to practice with kinesthetic techniques, actually moving things around. So, note cards and post-it notes. You could write one word on one and another and make sentences, move that around. You can even parts of words, syllables. So for example, constitution, and then see if you can at least get the syllables. So practice, and you may want to make flashcards. So again, you can make flashcards on your note cards, however you like to make your flashcards. There are websites that work well on laptops and computers. One of the ones that I like for beginning is languageguide.org. It has a lot of different vocabulary by theme, and there's pictures, and you can work on that. But they also have listening and spelling exercises to go with that. Very nice one. They used to have it working for the cell phones, but now the script, I think, is getting out of date. So I'm not sure that it still works on the phones, but that is, they have spelling and writing practice on that as well. There is also some good material in the Multicultural Educational Services website that's out of Minnesota, including a section called Adult Phonics Stories, very short stories with practicing different phonics and so on. Now, if you have a mobile device, one of the ways of practicing reading and writing that I very much like is a website called Unite for Literacy. They are read-along stories. I think it is largely intended for children, but of different ages. And again, the fact that it is read along really can help you put together the written word and the picture and hearing it. And they have a lot of different topics, right? So you click, you can try and read it yourself. You can listen to them read it. You can set it so that it will also give you in different languages the context, the script. Also, if you're working with your phone, you can try dictation on the phone. You talk into the phone and then see the words that come out. Talk into the phone in English and then see the words that come out. Reverse engineer it to check that you are correct. Okay, sometimes phone translations aren't perfect. So, but that way, if you know how to say some of this, if you know how to say George Washington was the first president, you say that in the phone and you may see that coming back at you. All of this is using things so that you are slowly moving away from just the social media and Google Translate. Okay, you want to try and do as much of this in English as you can. Quizlet flashcards, we talked about that before. You can make your own flashcards as well. So you can practice reading and writing everywhere with your phones or any other devices. You can take pictures, screenshots, and practice reading and writing everywhere. Take pictures of signs in your neighborhood. Make grocery lists on your phone. Make that go along. Say if you were saying, I want to get some grapes, and then say the word and then see the written word, and then practice that too. You say, I'm making a grocery list, a pear or a pizza. So you're saying the word, and then you can even make short sentences. Dictate the words in English, read the text, and of course turn off your translator so you can get that feedback just everywhere in daily life. And again, using your pictures and screenshots to give you those little pictures will really help. Final piece of advice: persistence, priority, and practice. There are no shortcuts if you want to learn lasting reading and writing skills. You must practice bit by bit over time. Practice, reading practice, reading practice, reading practice, reading practice, writing practice, writing practice, writing practice, 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 practice. Okay, so I hope that is all very helpful, and good luck. Thank you.